buy stuff. It's crazy. Well, okay. Well, I think we're gonna probably go into questions from you guys. If you wanna post your questions in the Reddit thread, let me link it to you here. Where is it? You don't even have it up. Crap. Okay, here's the Reddit thread, and I think our chat's still down in Twitch, right? Yeah. God. Okay, let me.
No, I think the chat on Twitch was up.
Is it up now?
Yeah.
Okay, I
You gotta
think
refresh
it
it
now. Okay. I think it would have pulled it, so that it would come back. It's still down for me using Chrome.
Really?
Yeah. What browser are you using?
Chrome.
Uh-oh, what's this link, dude?
Oh, it's still down for me too. No, it's up for me. It's up for me.
Oh, is it? Shit.
Yeah, but like that's the sort of customization you can do in Cube World that I think is cool. You can just make your character look like whatever you want to. You spend
Oh,
enough
nice,
time.
nice. Yeah, here's this is what he's talking about.
Try loading the chat in incognito mode.
Like log out, you mean?
No, just load it in on incognito mode. Open an incognito tab and try to load it.
Yeah, that does something to help it, I think.
Where's incognito mode?
Right click on your browser where it says new window, do new incognito window.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, that seems to, it seems to be working now. Cool. Good deal. Do I not have you as a mod?
Me?
Shawn? No,
Oh.
Sheth?
It shows up later,
Okay, yeah, cool.
maybe.
Alright, so let's take a look at these questions. So I sorted them by new, so we'll start at the bottom. Lots of questions. Good stuff, as always. Alright, Sheth. If you could be any musician from history, who would it be?
Probably Beethoven. I actually like his
Beethoven?
music quite a bit. Yeah.
So being deaf would be okay?
Yeah.
He was only deaf later on in life, bro.
Yeah, I know, but still. It was... What age did he go deaf? It was... Didn't he go deaf as a teenager?
Don't
Something
know.
like that? Yeah.
No, it was like later. He only composed like one symphony when he was deaf.
Oh, I thought he did more when he was deaf. I didn't realize.
How about you guys? Who would you guys be?
Oh, wow.
I want to be Keith motherfucking Jarrett, piano player.
Let's
I like
see.
that.
Keith. That's a tough one.
What about Cher? How do you feel about Cher, bro?
About that. Probably... I don't know. I think probably Steve Grapevine.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah. I just barely missed, man. I went to school maybe 2 or 3 years after he died, when he was playing like every single week in Austin. So he was playing in clubs that I went to like all the time when I was in school.
Did you ever see him?
No, I never did because no, dude, I went to school.
Oh, he was
like
dead?
I said, I just missed him. If I was like 2 or 3 years younger, I probably would have missed him. Let's see.
You ever think he died to get away from me?
You're so stupid. Okay. Let's see. Mew is whatever mischief. Are coaches in SE2 really qualified? For instance, in many popular sports, they have trained, specialized people to aid nutrition, mental, and physical health, fitness, and so on. It seems to me that often the actual coaches are the least qualified of the entire bunch, but at least they have usually completed some program to allow them to become an accredited coach.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry,
In SE2 coaches have zero credential. It often seems that they just keep random players around to help coach when they are retired as a player.
Sheth can correct me if I'm wrong, but all the coaches do in SC2 teams is like drive players to and from events, and then like make sure that people are like awake and playing. That's pretty much all they do. In my limited experience, more or less, that's all I've seen.
What?
I was like,
It's not a manager.
I mean that's all it really is, as far as I know.
Yeah, like the coaches. People have this idea that StarCraft 2 coaches like keep up with every player, find his weak matchups, help him find people to play against, like give him reps and replays and shit to assist him, and like get him to watch VODs and help him prep for matches. From my experience, like even on Korean teams, coaches just drive players like to and from events and make sure like people are awake and playing and shit. Like that's it.
Like there are so few coaches that have like a really really solid enough game knowledge that they can like instruct someone in their play. Like I think Nazgul's like one of the few people who will spend time and like watch replays from players, but even then his advice is like it's not like you're not getting a tremendous amount of advice per like matchup. You'll just get like once a month where he'll be like, would this be better? And the player will be like, maybe, I'll test it out. And then that's a really good coach in my opinion, if not like the best coach.
So that's what Coach Lee does? I mean, everybody always talks about Coach Lee.
I have no idea what Coach Lee does, but
Yeah, I don't know what Coach Lee does.
Yeah.
I doubt he does.
Yeah, it might have been different for
so
Kespa
much.
and Bird
I don't know. Kespa, yeah, probably different, but I don't know.
Okay, so I guess the question is then, what should a coach be in y'all's eyes?
I don't know, like what I said earlier would be nice. Like people that would like know your weak points, find people for you to practice with, match you up against strategies that you have trouble with, find you VODs or relevant games that contain a strategy that you're either practicing or practicing against.
Okay. So my other show, Pro Corner, right? One of the co-hosts is this guy Robert Yip. I'm not sure, Shawn, you know Robert or not, because he works with some of the Liquid players. Do you know Robert?
The name is really really familiar, and I probably do, but I'm really really bad with memory.
Yeah, he works really closely with Dario, and I know he's
I
working
know.
with Rhett. Yeah, and he is a sports psychologist, and he tries to, when he's giving Dario a plan, or when they're working together on a plan, it has to do a lot with nutrition and mental and all those things too. In fact, it's probably everything outside of the game.
Sure.
How valuable do you think that sort of coaching is?
Pretty valuable, but it needs you have to be playing a lot too for it to be worth anything.
I don't know. I can't think of a player who's really using a coach. Like, I know most of the top players, and I know like none of them, like will use an in-game coach. Like, could you imagine Nanuel like having a coach? Like Hydra having a coach? It doesn't really work in my head.
Yeah,
The
but
problem is that when you get into coaches, the implementation of a coach, the idea behind a coach is somebody who will research and figure out all of these tried and true methods to become good at something. That's what a coach does. If you think of a baseball coach or a basketball coach or a football coach or a soccer or American football, whatever, all of these coaches are building upon literally thousands of years of experience when it comes to coaching. Literally thousands of years of because athletics have been around for so long. So it's kind of strange to think of a coach in esports where it's not as well established and the people don't necessarily have the credentials. Like to coach in that area is a lot more gray. It's hard to imagine a coach being really good there when coaching in conventional sports, it builds off of so much like already facts. Like if you want to become a good tennis player or you want to become a good basketball player, like people know the drills that you need to be doing. People know the practice routine that you need to have. People know how you should be practicing for that. You know, in the esports world, all of that is still kind of up in the air. So it's really hard for like a legion of coaches to descend upon all the players to help people, practice and study for shit,
Yep. Esports isn't old enough by any means.
Yeah, well, so you say that, but because it's in the state that it is, that you would think that if somebody introduced that concept to a single player, then wouldn't they have, and it somehow was able to be molded and would work, wouldn't that player just have a huge advantage then?
Yeah, as long as he's willing to put in the hours, but I don't think anybody is really willing to put in the time to get to do that. Like, to be a good coach takes a lot of work. Like, you can't just come in and tell somebody to play. Like, people that are athletic coaches, those guys I don't think people realize, if you look at any university and you look and see who the top paid people are, it's the motherfucking coaches in the athletic department. Always, If your university's athletic program is worth its shit in anything, the most well-paid people are always athletic coaches. Those guys get paid a lot of money because they do a lot of fucking work. Real coaching is not just like real coaching for StarCraft 2 wouldn't just be like, hey, like you look like you need trouble with cannon rushes. Like I'll go find a dude to cannon rush you against over again. Like a real coach would be somebody who's like, yo, like you have a lot of fucking trouble splitting against banelings. Like you always died of banelings. So I created this UMS game for you on like 15 different maps that simulate like 10 different points in each game where you could be getting attacked by Marines, so you can practice splitting, or getting attacked by Bonnell, so you can practice splitting. And like all the player would do for like a week is play those like 15 UMS games across different maps, like splitting Marines against Banners. That's all they would do. Like drills like that is how you like if you want to get into like this hyper like super focused practice, like that's the kind of shit that a coach would help you do. But those people don't really exist in esports yet because nobody understands it or nobody wants to, or I don't know.
I'll not actually say, you know what? I think there are actually a bunch of coaches, and I think they're really, really successful. And I think that's like the hidden reason why Koreans do really well, is that they all live in a team house and they coach each other. Because that's the best coaching, is when you're playing with someone like 10 hours a day and you sit with that one person and analyze why you're doing builds, how to improve your builds, and like that one-on-one like in person, just irreplaceable.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true too. I think you can introduce a coach though to make it even better. But I mean, that's definitely that's definitely true though. Where the Koreans do play with each other and help each other in practice a lot. So.
Yeah, I think Stephen, you make a really good point too with the UMS example, and so some of the things I was talking about in Pro Corner too, is that having a guy that facilitates all these things for the players is definitely one of the roles of a coach, and planning on that. Whether it's like the coach has to go and find the people in the UMS community, map making community, right, to make these maps for them, or it's like coming up having an analytics tool developed, right, which is something actually me and Kevin are doing right now, is and just these type of things, right, are some of the facilities that a coach should provide for the players, because the players they're mostly the executors, right? I mean, like the coach is there to help with the prep. And when it comes down to game time and tournament time, the players have to pull it off, right? And I think that they're, because of what you said, I didn't realize it was I didn't realize it was at the point at which it was, where coaches literally are like managers, like glorified managers, I guess.
Yeah. When you think of an actual coach is somebody that might turn your stream on for like 2 hours a night and watch you. And be like, hey, like I noticed like every time you stream, like I noticed that you fuck like this thing up. Like this is always like off. So like there are 2 or 3 other guys that I know that play Protoss at this level, and for the next week, like you can play against them and practice out like one thing because you keep fucking up. Like I noticed that you fuck it up, and like the coach would give you like that kind of work. Even that would be like really nice to do.
How much of it do you think is an issue with just the players? Like the players just don't respect anybody enough to allow for them to be put in that position. Like Nannywall, for instance,
it's
right?
possible.
It would take somebody special for Nannywall to listen to in that regard.
I don't even think that's
kind of, but rightfully so though, because like they would have to be good. Like if a no-name shitter would have walked up to Nannywall and be like, "Dude, like do this," and it's like obviously Nannywall.
Right.
But like it's really hard to find a coach that's also like really good. Like if there was like an MC or not MC, I don't know. Like so if a really good Protoss player were to try to give tips to Nannywall. Sure. I'm sure Nannywall would listen to him. Nannywall respects players that he thinks are really good players. But most coaches aren't that good at the game. Most coaches don't play the game that much, Well, like even Coach Lee or whatever, who's like the legendary guy, lost to Bubbles cannon rushing him twice or whatever. Not to say that he sucks or anything, but
the coaching is a different thing. Like, so Sheth, you were going to say something. I think.
I don't know.
Oh,
about Nannywall.
Sorry.
I thought you were going to say something before.
About Nannywall, I would just say like even in Idra's situation where like one of the reasons he got like kicked off was that he wasn't showing significant enough results with his coach or whatever. Like I just don't think these organizations have a good coach. Like we've talked about, you need to be a good player, and I don't think these organizations have either looked at actually paying that position, or just even went through the trouble of finding someone who would be a good fit in that position.
Yeah. And it's not even, you really don't have to be a good player, but if you're not a good player and you want to be a good coach, like you got to do your homework. You got to do a lot of research, because if you're not a good player and you want to know your shit as coaching, like that's going to be a lot of like watching and studying to understand games and shit.
Yeah.
Also, you can't just bring in like I'm not trying to knock anybody or insult anybody, especially if they're in this position, because I'm sure you know way more about it than I do. But I would be uncomfortable just bringing in an outside, like you mentioned the Robert Fripp, I think. Just bringing in like Robert Rip, I'm sorry.
Yep.
To bring in like an outside sports psychologist and expect that to just automatically work for StarCraft 2, like I think even that, like you need somebody who's going to take the time, maybe if you have to pay him or whatever, but take the time to do the research to understand the actual game itself,
Yeah, I don't think a single person can do it. I mean, it's going to be super rare to have a single person that has all those qualities. So it might actually take a team of people, like maybe 2 or 3 people. A good example is just with the Evil Genius team, the League of Legends team recently, right? Snoopy posted that thing last night that they're making changes, right? And one of the things is he's being benched or whatever, but they're bringing in N-rated to be their analyst and their coach, right?
Sure.
Um,
I remember actually one of the things when I was like at my height for StarCraft 2, when I was at CADS, when I beat Bomber and Ace and Rain and everybody and Puzzle and shit, I was actually going off of like a quasi coach system where I was having like a couple of fans help me a lot with stuff like that. And every day when I would finish streaming, I would have like 4 to 6 emails with people like, dude, like, remember when you said this thing about ZBZ? Like, you should check out this, or you should look at this, or you should check out this. I was actually having a lot of people. That's where I got a lot of the refinement out of my Infestor builds, was people giving me different information on different timings and different things to look at and stuff like that. It would be cool to actually like pay people doing that, but I remember actually doing that a lot when I was doing my best in StarCraft 2.
Yeah. No, I think it's a tough situation. Again, it's tough situation, and it's like really cool that you were open to doing that, Steven. Like, I mean, were these players GM players or?
No, they were just people that
random
watched
people?
my stream. But they watched my stream a lot, so they knew. It's kind of like the perfect coach would be somebody that watched your stream a lot, right? So they knew like the things that I individually had trouble with, or they knew the things that I wanted to improve on, or that I wanted to change, and they knew my playstyle. So I guess in a way, they were probably the people who were best suited to give me, different advice or tips or tricks and shit like that.
I will say though that the average advice is not so good.
Oh yeah, no. These were definitely. Oh, for every good email I got an atrocious email. Did I? Oh man, I wish I would have said some of those. I got some really funny bad. I got some guy who refined a build for like walking a queen across the map and rushing layers so that you could drop creep on an enemy expo and like rush yeah. I mean, I got crazy shit like that too. But
So one thing I haven't really seen much of lately, and I used to think was really, really great, is when I would see a group of friends, just you were included, Shawn, with there were multiple teams too, and you guys would get together. And you guys would have it was like stream practice. It was like all you guys had their streams up, and you guys were just obsing or playing, right? It was like a group of 5 or 6 of you guys, and it was great because like the guys that were watching, you guys would just ask each other questions like, oh, what do you think about that, or what do you think about that, and you guys were exchanging ideas. I thought those were great, and I was
those can be good, but they could also be a huge waste of time. In order for stuff like that to be beneficial, everybody who's there has to be on the mindset that we're all here to actually play games and to actually talk about the games and work towards improving and stuff. I'm sure, Sheth, that you've seen the good and the bad, where you've had like 5 people rotating out like in these games, and you do get a lot of good talk and a lot of good ideas. But then you also have, sometimes more often than not, it turns into kind of a big where everybody's kind of screwing around and just messing around and shit, right?
Yeah, for sure. Just do it King of the Hill style, and can either be a good time for you, or you can lose a game and then wait for 2 hours, and you could definitely find better, worth for your time, but.
What do you think of just the general concept of a collective group of people, whether it's NA? Because one thing I saw at MLG, which was really cool, is when Suppy was playing, he was playing Pole at the time, and I think he lost the first game, and then he won the second game, whatever. But each time after every game, he would come out of the booth, and he would walk up to the railing, and then there would just be like this collective kind of NA group of players, whether it was like Zenith Cider and.
Are you saying that Suppy cheated in between games?
No, I'm just saying like it was cool that we had these.
Confirmed cheating?
Yeah.
Really?
No, wasn't
Why didn't
cheating.
you make this one of the headline?
It was not cheating, but like you had Sasquatch, all those, just a bunch of guys, right? Kane and all those guys, just that kind of the collective NA, just NA young players, rooting for him. They weren't even on the same team, but you had these guys that I'm sure practice together. Like I know Suppy and Sasquatch and Scarlet and all those guys. They practice all the time together. And I mean, what do you think? Do you think that sort of, collective group would be good, or do you think it's necessary right now? Like, given, I don't know, the environment.
I think it would be. I think it's always good. It's always good to have
That's
other
great.
people who have an external frame of reference to give you advice or tips, because you can miss stuff that's right in front of your face sometimes, especially in high pressure situations, I think.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was a long answer to a question. One question. Okay, if you had a time machine, you could go back in time to any random place in the past few millennia. How would you conquer the world?
Can I take shit back with me? Like what?
Okay, sure, why not?
Do you only have your one lifetime too?
Oh my god. Jeez. It'd be hard to conquer the world in one lifetime.
Well, not really. If you can take any piece of technology back with you, and
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Like what? Like nuclear technology? Like what? I mean, exactly.
Gun, body armor,
What
some
body?
sort of electricity. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. You'd still
I mean, if
travel would
not
still be a
creative,
huge
like
issue, though.
if you were to load your telephone with a bunch of apps and bring some extra batteries with you, you could probably take over the world by going from tribe to tribe, convincing people you were a god, and then showing them like you're a god technology or some shit.
Yeah, but you don't have any towers. Like, how is your phone gonna work?
You just show them. First of all, seeing the phone itself is going to be a mind fuck. Seeing a little piece of manufactured whatever, turning it on would be a mind fuck. Manipulating the screen would be a mind fuck. Like,
But actually conquering the world, though, like.
All right,
I mean,
I figured it out.
Okay, all right. What is it?
Just going back to the beginning when there's like one other person, and then I'll shoot him, and then I've conquered the world. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. If the world is the population, that's pretty true. Okay, that's a good answer. It's a very good answer.
actually, fuck yeah, that's true too. You could go back with like get vaccinated for the flu, and then take the
Yep.
virus back with you, and then
Kill
just like
everybody.
fucking plague people. Yeah, if they fuck with you.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You sick bastards. Let's see. Haven't got a question. Okay, so Risky says, haven't got a question. Just wanted to tell Sheth that on behalf of the SC2 community, we would love to see him casting almost as much as him playing in situations that he can't play competitively due to his wrists. Thanks.
There might be some time in the future.
Yeah. What do you think about the growth of LoL, and do you think LoL will ever die out, or when will you think LoL will decline in popularity?
I don't know when something bigger and better comes along. That happens. Or if LoL gets really stagnant and old, if they stop adding champs or game modes or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens when Dota comes out. Dota 2 also. That's going to be
It's already
released.
launched, actually.
Yeah, it's launched. So once the esports scene just, more and more events are happening besides the few that we see right now. Do you think esports has what it takes to actually stay major? No, it's good to see. Do you think it'll have a negative impact on society? The fact that it's getting popular. People will spend more time playing, and some may even want to achieve a career in whatever than focusing on education and have a negative impact. This might actually fall into the U.S. government section.
What? I mean, people already fucked themselves out of school for high school sports. Like, I don't see how esports are being.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't know. It won't have a negative impact. I can't see that. That's weird.
Actually, if anything, I think it would be a positive impact. I think that you have kids that get really fucking good at sports in high school and end up going on to be like an NBA player or like to get scholarships in college for it. Well, if you were really fucking good at video games from high school, you get shit for that,
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that could achieve more. I think a lot of people that are passionate about video games that end up with a job that they hate, right? And they could actually have an avenue for their avenue to make a living with their passion. Okay, here we go. Strap on the seatbelts. How do you feel about the Trayvon Martin media coverage and verdict? Was it overhyped by the media?
I'll leave this to you guys, because I have no idea.
I don't give a fuck about any of this shit. I think we should focus on like that NSA shit seems kind of important,
Agreed.
This is like such a non-consequential story to anything. Some fucking Hispanic dude made a poor decision to follow some little black kid. The black kid made a dumb decision to attack the Hispanic kid. If everything is as the story reports, the Hispanic guy shot the black dude to defend himself. It's like kind of cut and dry. Prosecution didn't really have a case for anything. And it's like whatever, but it's done. Like that's it. Like we move on from it. There's not really much to talk about. There's no substance. There's no wide range implications.
I guess they're asking like, his last question is, what are your thoughts on the media intentionally misdirecting the public using strawman issues like racism, gun control, and self-defense?
I mean, the media always does that.
Yeah.
Because the media tells us what we want to hear because people are stupid in general. That's why the League community and the StarCraft community will always fight with each other,
Yeah.
We're full circle.
All right, nice and short. What do you think is the best fighting game and why? Well, maybe just what's your favorite type? A Super Street Fighter type or something like Smash Brothers? What are the pros and cons about their styles? I don't know that much about all the games. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't know shit.
I mean, I've always played Street Fighter, Super Street Fighter, but Smash Brothers I've only played a little bit.
When I was a wee kid, Smash Brothers was the best. Stick with that.
Okay, thoughts on eSports U? You know what that is?
The eSports Universe website or some shit?
Yeah, it's well. Go to esportsu.com.
Oh yeah, I saw
it's
this.
Artosis.
Yeah.
It's Artosis' site.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know. What's the point?
It's kind of an interesting title given that's only StarCraft 2, but
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe they're planning on getting more. I don't know. So for those who don't know what eSports U is, Artosis, and I think it might be, is it just Artosis? It might be the Tumba and those guys too. Started this website that's supposed to be focused on all about just educating people on how to play StarCraft. So a lot of educational videos, I think some guides, analysis of matches, and that sort of thing.
Awesome.
Yeah, and the only catch here is that to join it, I think you have to pay like a subscription fee.
What?
Yeah, I believe so.
Wait, for what? What's the point?
Yeah, it's a $5 per month subscription fee.
$5 for what? What do you get?
The videos and the guides.
You get the videos and the guides. It's kind of like what EG used to do with God.
There are tons of things like this in the past.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just can't see him keeping up with all this if it's just him. Like, he's so busy.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised he's kept up with his one show.
Meta.
Yeah.
I told you it's because what's his face does almost a lot of it for him. I mean, Artosis probably just comes up with the topics and
Oh, got it.
It's kind of like your job here.
Whoa.
Let's see. Okay, next question. You guys should play Kerbal Space Program.
I've heard about that, but I have no idea what
is
the
that?
fuck it
And
is.
see who can get to the Mun first. I've never heard of that.
Don't know either.
What League of Fighters approved? Wasn't League of Fighters approved by Riot? League is now going to take over the FGC as well.
No one can make the claim that it's going to take over anything yet. We have to see how the game is. But I've seen League of Fighters.
It's actually a Riot game?
I don't think it's a Riot game, but it uses
Oh.
Riot characters in like a fighting game.
Oh. If it's not a Riot game, then lawsuits can come in.
Well, if they say they approved it, then no.
Oh, well.
What are your thoughts on this? So Crazy S said, what are your thoughts on this as Nintendo's marketing strategy, sacrificing the hardcore fans who will support the game anyways for appealing to a wider audience?
Wait, who's sacrificing the hardcore
Actually,
fans?
I kind of skipped this whole background here.
Oh boy.
Let's see. I follow Smash Brothers scene somewhat closely, so I have some understanding of why I think Nintendo would want to stop the streaming of Super Smash Brothers Melee. In fact, they tried to make Evo cancel the event altogether. In the past, they stopped MLG from streaming Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I don't think they've ever actually given an official reasoning, but it's pretty well understood among the Smash community that their reasoning is that they don't want their game to be seen as competitive, because that might make the games more intimidating for people to buy. They don't want their games to be seen as competitive, rather casual. I mean, okay, kind of get the gist of it, right? Like, do you think it's actually a negative to be
What?
considered
No,
a
that's
competitive
fucking retarded. No. Only a Japanese person can be stupid enough to think that that's actually
Oh,
true.
come on. Oh, man.
There's no way. That's no way, man.
Troll post is my assumption.
It's a long troll. It's a pretty serious long troll post, though.
Misinformed.
Why do you flame on Blizzard so much and not Riot? Riot isn't any better. There are massive bugs in LoL, which are known for over half of a year and still not fixed. We have no replays in LoL, a shitty launcher with many problems, power creeping in the newest champions, still no new maps. All Riot really cares for is new skins and making money out of that. I don't get why you would flame Blizzard 24/7 and defend Riot in the same sentence. It just doesn't make sense. From Acer1791.
There are things that Riot could do better. I'm not saying there's not. Obviously, the client fucking sucks balls. They need to fix that. Occasionally they've got lag problems with the servers, which me and Sheth have been dealing with the past couple of days.
Yay, lag!
A new map would be nice. The power creep idea may
They
have
just
been
came up with a new map, the ARAM map.
Yeah, well, kind of.
That.
But I mean, just because like there are some things that I didn't like about my dad growing up, but that doesn't mean that I'm about to start sucking off Hitler. because I have a few problems with my dad. You know, like just because there are some things that Riot can do better doesn't mean that Blizzard gets a free pass and all the shit they fucked up. You know.
Yeah. True. Question: outside of watching traditional Twitch streams, like watching Pro Ladder or People Laddering and StarCraft, watching talk shows like this, watching MLG and DreamHack LCS, what else do you like to watch on Twitch?
Nothing.
Is there anything
I-
else on Twitch
I
that's
like
not like?
I look for girl streams, and then I can go in and I can be like, "Hey, what's up?" And they're like, "Oh my god, it's Destiny," and I feel really cool.
Nice. Chess Network.
Oh, and
Check.
fucking Jerry, hell yeah! If Jerry's on, we'll watch the Chess Network.
Chess Network is on Twitch?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
He's awesome.
Good deal. Good deal. Destiny, how'd you get your name, Destiny? From Worse Allen.
Well, when I found Worse Allen's mom, she was a stripper, and her name was Destiny. So. I don't know, dude. I just thought of it when I was like 9, and it stuck.
What? Curious to know the panel's thoughts on Blops 2 pulling in more...
Black Ops.
Oh, Black Ops. Black Ops 2 pulling in more concurrence than SC2 during Anaheim.
I don't think they did.
No, they didn't. It was close. It was close to even, but that was about 10,000, I think, difference.
I don't know. What about it? Black Ops is a
It's great.
popular
I mean,
game.
that's great for Black Ops. I mean, what can you say? I mean,
Congrats, we're jealous of Lowell still.
it's not like StarCraft 2 came down or anything, guys. It's just Black Ops 2 just did really well. Jeez, guys. Why does Destiny decide to play? Why doesn't Destiny decide to play a new role? And how can he expect to do well in LCS in a role he dislikes playing? You don't like playing AD?
I hate AD carry, but I hate everything it really. It's not as bad when you're playing ranked fires. I just don't like AD as much in solo queue.
I see. Okay, so Steven, Sheth, and ChanManV, 2 questions. If you would have any sponsorships you wanted, who would you pick? And what sponsorships are realistic right now? I mean,
I would like Southwest and Delta Airlines because they have the most money.
What?
I want Aquafina and I don't know, some sort of steak company, and then I have my entire food and water paid for.
That's good. That's good.
Plus, I can eat healthy at events and bring water in without like security stopping me. This is my sponsored water.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yo, who makes the Tesla? I want that shit.
Tesla.
Tesla company? I want that. I want to be sponsored by them. They give me one of those cars. Oh, that would be
Yes.
fucking badass, dude.
Which ones? The sports cars or the regular ones? The
Either
sedans.
one. Aren't the regular ones like insane?
Well, they have sedans, right? And they have.
Yeah, they're sedans. Aren't they like really good?
Well, yeah, they are, but the
What's their
sports
gas
car's pretty
mile?
badass too, man. It's got a good
Oh,
range now.
holy
too.
shit! Wait, do they use gas at all?
Tesla? No, they're all electric.
Completely?
Yeah, they're supposed to be completely electric.
shit. Dude, I saw the interior one of those, dude. Oh my god, the LC. Have you seen the inside? What the dash looks like on a Tesla car?
Yeah.
Nope.
With the enormous
LED, the
LCD.
The LCD. I mean, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Have you seen it, Sheth?
No. If you have
No.
it, link it. I'll check it
Yeah,
out.
dude. Oh my fucking god. I would jizz every time I get into my fucking car.
I
Look
saw
how
it.
sick this is, dude.
I saw
Wow.
it at CES. It's pretty awesome.
Even the display is all in LCD too. None of that is.
Is it like
Like
touchscreenable?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all touchscreen. This is the kind of shit that Steven was saying you can hack into.
Nice.
Yeah, it's all LCD. And
How much is that sort of car though? It's super expensive?
I want to say the low end was like 50 to 80, wasn't it?
I don't know how much the sedans are. I know the sports cars, like 200 or something like
Wow.
that.
Well, obviously, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the sedan is it really that expensive? The sedan?
I
Let me
think
see. Tesla.
they're pretty expensive. It couldn't be lower than 30,000.
Oh, it's not 30,000. Yeah, I mean, even the sedans look pretty nice. I mean, there's like the sports car. Let me see. There's one that looks like a Ferrari, and then there's one that's more Aston Martin, like more of a Aston Martin looking car. Let me see. Okay, so the Model S. All right, how much is this bad boy? Does it even say? Order. Let's order it.
You just about have enough money from this
ChanManV ordering it.
this show today.
Yeah, exactly. That's how
Should
much.
be enough.
That's how much Monets we make here. Model S Performance. All right, let's go.
I've heard
100,000 a
that
month. No,
I've heard that these get cock-blocked a lot in different states. They're trying to make it illegal to sell this car because of the way that they sell directly from the manufacturer. It cuts out a lot of the middlemen, and people are lobbying against that because they don't enjoy losing those profits, you know?
Well, of course.
Hmm.
I mean, we got. I
But
think
it
we
would
know how
suck.
much money.
I think that this was voted, like, wasn't this voted Car of the Year, like, last year? I mean, a lot
I
of
got
people
some
are,
award.
I think so.
a lot of people are really happy with the way. I want to read more about this car, but I don't want to trap myself into thinking that I need to buy it, especially because I've almost got mine paid off, but that's really fucking cool.
Okay, so there's two guys. There's a Model X and a Model S. The Model X is like a hatchback.
Yeah, probably before. Oh, hey, here, check this.
It's reserved. Dude, the Model S has a range of 265 miles. That's awesome, man. I thought
Is
it
that
only had
just
200 on battery.
that's just on battery? I wonder how much it costs to charge it.
Well, I mean, you just charge it at home with your regular. I mean, it has some type of transformer or something that you
Yeah,
plug
sure,
in
but
the
I mean,
wall.
I wonder how much electric, because you have to pay for that, you know, like we're big boys, right? Our parents don't pay the utilities.
Yeah, but it's a million times cheaper than gas. Come on.
I mean, I'm sure it's cheaper. I'm just curious, like how much. But that's pretty impressive, though. 200 miles on the battery. You could literally drive that to and from work, like every day of the week, and you'd have to charge it what, twice a month, maybe?
Yeah, dude, it's not much different than a normal, just a regular non-hybrid car. I mean, a pretty good hybrid car would get you about 300 on 10 gallons. About.
Yeah, but this is a fucking Tesla, bro.
I know, that's what I mean. This is like pure electric, 265. That's pretty darn. That's awesome. That is awesome. I thought it was only 200, but 265 is huge, man. That's,
Good top speed on it too.
yeah, 0 to 60 in 4.2. It's pretty good.
That's on the performance edition. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. True. New car for Destiny. I feel a chip in starting.
Yeah, if that, nah.
Kickstarter. Get us cars.
My next-
Kickstarter.
My next chip in.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What's next up?
Our
Oh,
next
actually, I didn't
charity
answer that
is-
sponsor question. God, I don't know. What do I? Is there something I do every day?
What about, like, sponsored by ramen? That's kind of...
I do eat ramen. I mean, just like the nicer ramen types. I do eat it pretty often, honestly. Just because I'm lazy about cooking. Just whatever. Just cooking other things. I usually have just use it as the filler. Such a bad filler too. I don't know. It'd probably be travel. It'd probably be something similar to Southwest. I think having your especially when I have like 3 kids, it's so expensive to travel now that having that paid for would be completely awesome. And not to mention that would be awesome for eSports too. A sponsor like that. So what sponsorships are realistic right now? I mean, anything's realistic, right? It just depends on the numbers.
eBay and Papa John's.
Yeah, eBay, Papa John's. I mean, given some of the numbers that we see at these events, I mean, I don't know. I think they should be rivaling some of the. I mean, it's not like the Super Bowl, or anything like that, but it rivals some of the big events that we, or decent-sized events that we see around entertainment standard, or what we know as mainstream entertainment. Okay, Destiny, have you decided what game you will play through next?
Yeah, it's gonna be Crisis 3 or Bioshock. Or not Bioshock, Crisis 3. I finished that Metro game because the bullshit updated. The
Yeah.
drivers are updated for NVIDIA.
Metro like 2034 or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay, Chaiko, will you play World of Tanks?
maybe some.
Have you guys played World of Tanks?
No.
I played it one time.
I've heard it's really boring.
It's
World
fun
of
like
Tanks?
the first game you play. Then after that,
I mean, I've heard that it's like really deep. It just depends. If it's not your kind of game, then you won't hate it. But I mean, it seems like it would be interesting if you're into that kind of stuff.
it's a very mathematical game. is what
Yeah.
Okay, hi Sheth from James SX88. I have noticed that it is nearly
Hello.
impossible to get in contact with player personalities in the esports world. It's typically just a bunch of ignored emails or a ton of cold shoulder treatments. in an industry that needs as much exposure as ours does. Why do you think that is? For example, we have tried to contact you,
Ouch.
as well as some SE2 events my group Tampa eSports holds in Florida, and as usual, we couldn't get a reply. I'm genuinely curious, not trying to call you out. Hope you're doing well.
I read your posts. I can't make it to Tampa then. Like,
Damn.
it was just, do you want to go to this event in Tampa? And like, instead of me responding being no, I just chose not to respond.
Sheth, why wouldn't you respond and tell him no? Why you gotta give him the cold shoulder, bro?
I don't know. You just get enough messages that, like, at least players are reading it. Like, I'm sorry I didn't, like, no one's gonna like, I try and respond to most, so completely my bad. I'm really sorry I didn't apply to you in that sense. I do feel like if you message someone on TL, it's a really good way to get a hold of them if they're active in that sort of situation. But if you have I don't know, if the guy you're talking to is going to say yes, they'll respond to you really, really easily, and if they're going to say no, a lot of times, like, a silent treatment is a no. I'll just put it that way.
Damn as fuck.
Yeah, I can vouch. Well, at least I know me and Sheth talked about the Tampa event, I think last week. So
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to invite me, I'll go if you want to pay for it.
You drive your ass from Virginia, man.
Oh,
It's not that far.
Man.
It's not that far. It's just like 15 hours, maybe. Yeah, something like that.
Dude, I listened to all about the housing crisis on my drive down. I had two big things on economics that I listened to on my way. My drive.
Like spillover, like economics.
Spillover? Oh no, just like the idea of everything that happened with the housing crisis and whatnot.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about trickle-down economics again.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
But I've actually been inspired now as a result of the housing crisis. So what I'm going to start doing is once my subscriber network gets big enough, I'm going to package all of those subscriptions up. Hopefully I get like 1,000 subscriptions. I'm going to package them up, and I'm going to sell subscription-backed securities to Wall Street.
Oh, God.
So that I can get money on my money, right? That sounds like an ingenious idea.
It's brilliant.
Build a Destiny bubble.
Oh boy.
Let's see. Okay. Would Destiny ever coach an all-girls LoL team? Would you
Yeah.
coach what was that team? What was the girls team? It was
Kitchen Bandits? Only if we all had to live in the same house, then I would be on that shit.
what?
What?
If you you have to live in God.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Why did you have
Okay,
to
so
go
if you
there?
guys can get a house together, all girls, so it's a sorority house together, basically, and
It's a gaming house, man.
sorry, not a gaming, sorry, a gaming house with just girls, Destiny would move in. All right.
You want some real talk? We're about to get real as fuck, okay? We're entering the sexist zone. I would never want to work with an organization of females. I would kill myself before subjecting myself to the horrible ways that females work together. That answer is like super fucking sexist. I'm sorry that it is, but dude, no, fuck that. I spent too much time working with women in the restaurant business, and I've seen the way that women work together in the esports business. I would not want to be in the middle or at the head of anything having to do with a collection of women. No offense, but like that's just for me personally right now.
You're not a siren,
Yeah, I'm not a
See,
siren.
man. Okay, all you girls out there, I know you're disappointed.
Nope. No, they all agree with me. From what I mean, if you go read anything about the Siren House, like, oh my fucking god, like some of the complaints that they had about the shit was going on there. I mean, like, it's pretty standard that shit kind of happens. Whether it's because men are sexist or whatever, like, I don't know, women have a very hard time working together with groups of other women. It turns into like this really nasty, competitive, cutthroat bitch kind of. Ugh, I don't know. It's just really, yeah.
Oh man, wow.
Yeah, no, it's really not a healthy environment.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right, Thought Thinker asks, what can the fans do to help Destiny get into another competitive league team so he can win at MLG/LCS?
I don't think there's anything the fans can do. It's just stuff that I have to do.
But you gave an example of what a few fans were doing for you in SC2. Is there anything that folks can do like that's similar to that?
I don't know, not really. I don't
Probably
think
watch
so.
your stream.
Yeah, well, that's true. Oh, okay, so how about two more? Psycho Gakido asked, if you could design a unit in SC2, what would you make?
The Defiler. I don't know.
I was gonna say I'd bring back the Ultralisk. I hate the new Ultralisk.
Oh.
The old Ultralisk?
Yeah, dude, it was like this little small thing that just couldn't die.
Yeah.
It was so awesome.
The size could be changed easily, too.
What about the Warhound? It could be like this mech for Terran that works against everything.
How did that get through for so long? And then why did they just remove it completely?
Jeez, man.
You know it's bad when they completely remove something. Not even tweak it, just completely take it out. That's what's crazy. Instead, now we just have Hellbats. But...
It's just the Goliath copycat, like.
Yeah, it is.
Let's bring back the Goliath, only buff it, and then we'll just completely remove it again. Boy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What would I make? I'm trying to be creative about it. I don't know. What some kind of cool... I mean, we already have pools. I mean, what it's like, this has to be a completely new concept, right? I can't think of anything right now. It would take a lot of thought. I know what I would take out. I would take out Force Field for sure.
Damn.
Okay, one more. Let's see. Let's do a refresh. Let's see what we got. Roll the dice.
Somebody should make a StarCraft UMS where you can build League of Legends champions. I want to run around with like 15 Dravens, like attack them.
15 Dravens.
They can stim.
Hell yeah, dude.
That'd be pretty nasty. Okay, last one. God, he's like a thought thinker asking people doubling up. Okay, so actually, Destiny Sucked My Dick asks, or Destiny Sucked My Dick asks, what do you think will happen to SC2 scene, the SC2 scene after Legacy of the Void comes out? Do you think Blizzard will make an SC3 or just stop with the series?
I have no idea, man.
I think there's a lot more stuff that they'll do before Legacy of the Void's released.
I feel like I feel like we'd be in change for like a Warcraft 4 first, no?
Oh yeah, Warcraft 4s would they alternate, right? It's kind of or it kind of goes what StarCraft 2 or StarCraft, Diablo, then Warcraft. Pretty much.
Sure.
But I think All Stars is going to come out, and then who knows, something else might be coming out. But I don't know. I don't think they'll stop the series. The series, I mean, the brand is just strong. Whatever happened to that StarCraft WoW, like MMO that they are StarCraft themed MMO they were talking about a long time ago too. I don't know what happened to that project.
They actually announced a release date for that.
What, recently?
Yeah.
Was it Titan? Or
Is it what?
What's Titan? I forget what.
No. It was supposed to be coming out 2 weeks after StarCraft Ghost.
He got you pretty good, ChanManV.
He did. He definitely got me.
Pretty good.
Well, alright guys, thanks for all the questions. I think we're going to wrap up the show.
I'm sorry, real talk, that StarCraft MMORPG you're talking about, I'm pretty sure that was just a really big UMS game that was being worked on. I don't think Blizzard officially worked on that.
Same.
Oh, really? Okay.
No.
I mean, I know StarCraft Universe is in the UMS, but...
Oh, dude, you didn't even know that? Oh my god. What the fuck, ChanManV? That's almost as bad as when you didn't know that the IPL crew was working for Blizzard. Well, come on, dude. Shit together.
Whatever.
Get your shit together.
That's your ass there, man. But okay, guys. Gonna wrap up. Liquid Sheth. Always pleasure having you on and hanging out and getting your thoughts on all these great things.
Thanks. Like, that's a repeat. It was just.
That's right. That's
just
the
lovely
first.
being here. I like
first.
it. Thank you so much.
It's the first ever on any of my shows, so.
What's the first ever?
Thank you so
A
much.
repeat gets.
I've been here multiple times.
I guess you're a fucking co-host. You
Nah, it's first time ever.
fucking loon.
Give it to me.
Oh, fuck
I
you,
deserve
dude.
it.
That's right. Sheth will always have that designation. Do you want to do any shout outs or thank yous or anything like that?
Just thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening, and thank, of course, you, Steven and ChanManV, for hanging out and letting me be here.
Yay. Steven?
Shout out to Phoenix. Hold on, check this out.
Okay.
What is it? What do we got?
Getting prepared. He always ends with something big, man. Always ends with a whole new topic.
Can we get some soon TM on this?
So soon. Oh
Really?
wow, that's kind of
Some
cool.
chats?
All right, let's look at this. All right, look at this. Are we announcing a new keyboard here?
Yeah, it's coming soon.
Oh, that's nice. It's pretty clean looking, man.
I hope that top right thing, I hope that it lights up nice and white like the mouse does. It should. It has to, right? It should.
Do the actual keys light up too? I mean, there are LED light underneath each.
I don't know. I doubt it. That would
It's
be
kind of
bright
hard to
as fuck.
see black letters, though, right? I mean,
I don't know. Maybe there are no letters because it's like for people who actually know how to use a keyboard.
oh, I forget to announce something too.
What?
So, do you guys play Type Racer?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
What was it?
Okay, Type Racer. Have you ever
Yep.
played Type Racer?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Okay. So I've been asked a million fucking times, if I'm the ChanMan that's on Type Racer. Because, I mean, I don't know how many times I've been asked, like, man, how do you type so fast and shit like that? So, what I ended up doing, guys, is I ended up making a typing mobile app really quick that I released last night. That's almost exactly like Type Racer, just for you guys. Just in honor of my clone, my bizarro brother, ChanMan X, or whatever his name is, on Type Racer. So check that out. It's on Google Play. You can play around with it. Simple app. I just thought it was
How
fun.
would you do a mobile app? So you like speed type on your cell phone?
Yeah, just no other typing apps, and it was just more for this, just kind of funny.
Okay.
Funny thing. So check out what your words per minute are and compare it to your Facebook friends and all that stuff. So check it out. But other than that, just want a big thanks to Shawn and Steven for coming on the show. All you viewers for checking it out. The VOD for the show will be up on youtube.com/ChanManV. If you missed Superstar Strikers, all that stuff, all the VODs are there too. Tomorrow will be Wednesday Night Sprites, which I didn't play any of the... We didn't have a break today. Shit, I didn't play any of the commercials. Had a Carbot commercial already too. Shit, we're going to have to do that next time. But check that out. I think we're going to have Smix on again. So yeah. And
Well, why is she never on this show?
What, you want Sue to come on this show? She can come on this show.
She's hot as fuck, man. What the fuck?
Dude, she can ghetto talk the best of them. We were doing trash talks at the beginning of Super Star Strikers, and dude, she was talking about cutting people.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. So
I used to ghetto talk, but then every time I do, people email my sponsors and shit, so I try to tone it back a little.
That's true. Let's see what else. Thursday we got Climbing the Ladder. Gonna have Ken Silva on, who is I'm gonna have him explain it, but he is doing something with StatDrive and has the inside information on what StatDrive is and all that good stuff. It's been kind of a couple weeks coming, but it's going to finally happen this Thursday. So,
What is StatDrive?
StatDrive, remember that site that I showed you that one week where it was like for platinum?
Got it. I understand.
Remember that, the diamond,
Yep.
platinum, silver, then that had the whole crazy prize money. So
Okay.
he's going to explain all that stuff on the show and talk about some other things he's doing. He's doing some cool stuff with a lot of the big organizations in eSports. But that's going to be it. So for Liquid Sheth, Destiny, and ChanManV, that's going to be it for Unfiltered. We'll see you later.
Rip
Peace.
on into pieces.